Roll.
From WSYR TV Syracuse, the
Mike Nicole.
station.
Start your
This is
move.
NewsChannel I
You
weekend.
start to move too early, but it's cool.
Good
Q.
evening. I'm Nicole Smithilla. Thank you
Ready,
so
camera
much
two.
for joining us this evening. And we begin
Name.
in
Thank you.
Onondaga
Next.
County, where we have tragically lost 4 more neighbors.
Ready,
to
Adrian's
COVID-19.
name. Ready, camera
3
two.
were in
Ready,
the
Adrian's
hospital.
mic.
Another was in a nursing home. It is the grim reality of the virus, bringing our death toll, unfortunately, now to 69. Our Adrian Smith joins us live in the studio tonight. She was at the county executive's briefing today, where he talked about Central New
Mike
York
Adrian.
being ready for a
Ready, camera
regional
two.
restart.
Take Q.
Nicole, there was some confusion about
Ready,
whether
still.
or not there was an extension of the
Next.
New York on pause order. Some media outlets reported that Governor Cuomo extended the order until June 6th, but the governor's press secretary, Melissa
still.
DeRosa, released a statement this evening
Dissolve.
confirming that the expiration for New York on pause is still set for May 15th until further notice.
Dissolve.
Part of that statement reads, quote, "Yesterday's executive order extended the
VO and I.
underlying legal authority for the emergency order, but did not change the text of any of the directives in New York on pause, and so the expiration date of May 15th
Ready, A.
still stands until further notice."
White.
DeRosa said regions need to still meet
Ready.
those
Wipe
7
to sound and
requirements
B.
for a phase 1 restart. Now, at today's COVID-19 briefing, Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon
Sound B.
said he believes the county will be ready by May 15th.
White.
From
Ryan.
the standpoint
Next.
is Onondaga
19
County
second soundbite out of this
essentially
camera
ready
two.
to go. Yes.
Next.
We could go this week. We're ready to
10
go.
away.
We've met our benchmarks. There's been recognition from the state that we've done well.
Mike
we
Adrian.
haven't been impacted like the rest of the
Yes,
state.
yeah. Take Q.
Now, ultimately, that stamp of approval for a Central New York restart lies in the hands of Governor Cuomo. DeRosa also
Ready, VO and
said
C.
once regions get
Ready,
to
Nicole's
that point, new guidance will be issued based on the original requirements. But again, McMahon said today that May 15th is still that date Central New York is aiming
Mike
for.
Nicole.
Adrian,
Turn
thank you for
Q,
breaking
whatever.
that down and giving us that clarification. And if you take the bus,
Ready, open
let's
to a
talk about your
still.
recent trips. The Centro bus operator has tested positive for
Thank you
COVID-19.
for
The
changing your
company
headline.
tells News Channel 9
Yeah,
that
refresh my
employee
graph
last
here, I'm
worked
missing
on May
stuff.
4th, but specifically came
There
into
we go.
contact
Ready to
with
open.
2 passengers back on April 30th who used the mobility boarding on a bus taking the James Street to Walmart route. If you
Change
may be
headline
one
in
of
the
those
open.
passengers, you are asked to contact the health department.
Roll. Change your
In
headline.
KCAV County, a clinic will soon help essential workers get tested for COVID-19.
Ready, your phone number.
This would be the viral testing swab, not the antibody test. The Cayuga County Health Department will be offering a drive-through COVID-19
Out of this, camera
clinic this coming Monday, May
Let me
11th,
zoom out a little bit. on
beginning
three.
at 2 in the afternoon, and again Tuesday, May 12th, beginning at 8:30 in the morning.
Zoom out.
The drive-through clinics are by appointment only. Appointments
a
can
little
be
bit more.
made by calling
Phone
the
number next,
Cayuga
thank you.
County Health Department. The main line is
Right on camera.
315-253-1560.
Take.
Turning to weather and what may be a record. No, it's not January. It
Start
certainly
your
felt
move.
like it, but it is actually May. Storm team meteorologist
Ready,
John
camera one.
Pasquale has our temperatures. Can you
Mike
believe it? I
John.
know it's happened before, and this might actually be one of the coldest days in May. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely one of the colder
Ready,
days
camera one.
we've had in Syracuse history today, and I'm sure it doesn't surprise many people. I mean, a little ridiculous, crazy for sure,
Take.
and all the weirdness going on this 2020 year. Today
Next.
just kind of put some frosting on top of things, didn't it? Sky
Next.
9 showing cloud sun blend right
Ready,
now,
weather, eh?
overlooking Syracuse from the zoo,
Dissolve.
and that wind making it even feel
All right,
colder.
out of this, he'll
Somebody's
tag back
nice
on
to see
camera,
that,
and
right?
then we'll dissolve
Live
to,
Dot
or we'll
nine
wipe
had
to a
some
still.
flurries, squalls come through off and on during the day today, especially midday afternoon time frame, reducing visibility near 0 at times, and coating the ground up with a coating to 2 or 3 inches of snow for many. You can see a little snow shower still near Moravia, Cortland,
Sam, you don't
Matus,
need that
just north
storm
of
team open,
Norwich,
loaded. I don't know
south
why
of
he left that in
Sherburne.
there.
And then we also got a few scattered
We didn't-
flurries, a couple of snow showers just north of
Oh,
Rome,
okay.
and just
Well,
off
the
of
open was still in the
Newcastle.
command, but he had floated it,
Up
so
to 39
that's why I
with
didn't
that
go
sun.
to
Are
it.
we going to stay in the 30s?
But it was still in the command,
So
so,
far
I mean,
we
it's- the
have,
command still
but
showed up, so I
if
don't
somebody
know.
pushes into the low
Anyway,
40s over the
ready
next
on camera.
hour, if that's the case, that will spare us from another record, or at least one of the colder days. Still one of the colder May days ever, but wind chills are in the 20s right now, that gusty wind. Freeze warning for late tonight into tomorrow morning for much of central New York. Definitely
Take.
going to be cold.
Ready or
once
still?
Again, I'll talk more about the cold and when we're going to get out of this chill coming up in just a bit.
Mike Nicole, Q.
Right, hopefully soon.
Anime.
Thank you, John. Make sure you're ready for the
Ready,
the
VO and
snow
I.
or any weather we might be having by downloading the live Doppler 9. You can watch the latest Storm Team forecast, track, the radar, and much more. Just search WSYR in the App Store or Google Play.
White.
Well, back when the COVID-19 pandemic
This is
began,
white to sound and B
researchers thought
headline
young
next. Thank
children
you.
could not be affected by the virus. But new data released during Governor Andrew Cuomo's press conference today suggests otherwise. Hospitals in New York State recently reported 73 cases of young people who had been hospitalized with something that could be related to COVID-19.
White to sound and
But
B.
it's unclear if it's directly linked. 3 children in New York State have
Sound
tragically
B.
passed away so far from this illness.
White.
We're laboring under
No
the
supers.
impression
It's a
that young people were not
48-second
affected
soundbite
by
with VO on the
COVID-19.
back, and then we'll be out
And that was
here
actually
two at the news
good
monitor.
news, right? The vulnerable populations were older people, people with comorbidities. But the one of the
So we've
few
still got about
rays of
30
good
in
news
sound.
was young people weren't affected. We're not so sure that that is the fact anymore. Toddler, elementary school
20.
children are presenting symptoms similar to Kawasaki disease or toxic shock-like syndrome.
10 away.
Now, these are children who come in who don't
Mike
present
Nicole, 5 away.
the symptoms that we normally are familiar with COVID.
Q.
Still a lot to
Ready,
learn
camera
there.
two.
So at the CDC's request, the New York State Health Department is further investigating these cases so it can serve as a guide on how to identify the condition
Ready on
and
camera.
proceed in the future.
Take.
Even as the number of
Ready,
new
package
cases
and
of
C.
COVID-19
Thank you for changing
continues
your
to
headline.
rise in the U.S., all but half a dozen states have begun opening, anxious to get their economies going again, but many Americans are still concerned. ABC's
Sound
Andy
C.
Dimber has details.
Take.
With 2 confirmed
All right, you've
cases
got a while
close
till
to the West
sorry,
Wing,
I
the White
believe.
House stepping up safety
Um,
efforts with additional
It's a
cleaning
210
and a
package.
daily
Out of
test
this, we've
for
got
staff.
T's to
The Vice
animation and
President's
A.
Press Secretary Katie Miller testing positive.
She tested very good for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden today she tested positive. She hasn't come into contact with me.
Miller married to one of the president's top advisors, Stephen Miller. Earlier in the week, one of the president's personal valets also testing positive, a military service member on the team that serves the president lunch. The virus continues to have a devastating
minute and a
impact
half
on the
still left
economy.
in package.
Staggering unemployment numbers show that more than 20 million Americans lost their jobs last month, the unemployment rate at its highest since the Great Depression. More than a third of the jobs lost were in leisure and hospitality. Nearly 80% of
Alright,
people
ready,
currently
sorry.
unemployed believe their situations are temporary and expect to return to their jobs after businesses reopen.
And it's
High
quick,
unemployment
so.
has led to an increase in demand at food banks, including this one in South Florida.
Next.
People really are in need. This is the first time they've ever been
Next.
in this situation.
A new ABC News Ipsos
They're
poll
all
shows
quick, so, I mean, they're all about 4
64% of
seconds
Americans
each.
say reopening the country right now is
Got
too
about a
risky.
minute left
And
in
more
round
than 3
55
in
left
4
in
Americans
package.
say even if everything reopened tomorrow, they still wouldn't go back to work. But even as the number of confirmed cases across the country continues to rise, all but 6 states have begun reopening in
Ready,
some
all but.
capacity.
We said we have to coordinate states because what one state does, by definition, impacts other states.
Low-risk retailers offering curbside pickup in California as the state enters phase 2 of its reopening plan.
All but.
For me, it just
Next.
gives me hope, and I know that things
Next.
will get better.
Hair, nail, and tanning salons reopening in Texas.
Ready? I'm not even gonna
Some
try to
say
pronounce
their
this.
employees do not feel safe.
About 20 left in
Half of them
package. Next.
are choosing to stay home, which, you know, is
Next.
completely fine with us.
As the death toll in the U.S.
All right,
from
that's all for
COVID-19
supers. We got about 10
surpasses
left in package. Ready, Nicole's mic.
77,000.
Ready, T's to
New data
animation.
shows
May.
nursing home deaths account for nearly a third
5.
of the U.S. fatalities. Andrew Dimber,
Mike
ABC
Nicole.
News, Washington.
Animate cart Q.
And in the uncertain, devastating times,
Ready to reopen.
Central New Yorkers are helping smiles spread, not letting a milestone be forgotten. We'll explain next after John's
Sound.
forecast.
Roll.
You're watching News Channel 9 Weekend with Nicole Samavilla.
Ready, Black.
Storm Team meteorologist John DePasquale with Central New York's most accurate forecast and Mario Sacco Sports. News Channel 9, the local station.
Fade. Trigger. All right, 3 minutes in this break. Good luck, everybody.